Hi, thank you for joining me today on this edition of Spy 316 Tuesday. How is everyone doing? And I believe that everybody and things are going on well for us for this new week. It's just Tuesday, and work and family, I hope all is well going. Okay, so a couple of hours ago, something dropped in my heart that I feel like I should come out here to have idea sharing with us here, and it's about the media. It's about a look into the African media platform across the world. You know, I media is really, really important. And this is why the Western world are not playing with it. This is why the Western world are investing a lot in it. This is why the Western world are researching a lot to use this media to their own advantage, and as well as educating and exposing their people and their abilities. You see, the Western world or Western people, they are not joking about media. And I see the same attitude in Europe, and I see, when I say of course, I see the same attitude in Europe, Asia, and every other part of the world except Africa. But that can make, that I understand why it's like that in Africa, because they have not really made much internet affordable for people, and a lot of people are not really aware of the power of the internet, the power of the media, so to say. So they still, in Africa, to this very moment, downplaying on the use of the media and stuff like that. So I want to say clearly to our people here that one of the things today I saw in the news, the ABC, Australian ABC News, having issues with the Chinese people, and they are asked to leave the Beijing based on the government indifferences that is going on due to all these COVID-19 and stuff that is happening across the world. So while I was watching and listening to I pay attention to the news a lot these days, okay? And I want to know things and events that are unfolding across the world, and also my interest is in the media. So I pay and invest more of my time and resources on the media. We in Africa, I think that it's about time we actually take media very, very important. And just to make you know, because we have a different ideas that media is not important to us, that media is not is irrelevant, is people who are looking for fame, people who are trying to be this and all that. People have all manner of excuses for the proper use of media in Africa. So I just want to kind of expose us in a way to make us have a rethinking in a different direction, to see if we can actually get things right in this perspective. Now, come to think of it, if you look at it, you will know that in nearly every country across the world, all the mainstream media outlets or platforms, they have representative in all of these countries. Some are officially employed, some are not, and some are based on contractual agreement between the agencies or the media platform and all that. So they do all these things to make sure that they have on ground reporter or eyewitness who give them the true situation report that they actually have to do in their studio or their head office or their station whatsoever. When I was looking at all these things recently, I've been like, okay, which media platform in Africa that is actually operating outside of Africa today? I don't know. I don't think I am aware of anyone. I don't think I've seen anyone that is actually in this direction or that is actually operating in this direction. The most popular network in the whole of Africa is from Nigeria. I'm not trying to brag. And NTA and China's TV or whatever it's called, not China, I mean the China's TV. These stations are only based in Lagos, Abuja, and some few other states, not even the 36th state of the Federation, so to say. And the reports that they are giving, they are always making reference to independent reporter or independent journalist that is feeding them information based on their own interest or their political interest or their affiliate interest or whatsoever. And this is why you see that most news, I'm sorry to say this, most news that are coming out of Nigeria, most news that are coming out of Africa, they are not actually verifiable, and most of them are just politically, most of them. If I'm not going to, if I'm trying to be very honest and not being biased right now, most of them are politically motivated. But that's not what I'm here. I have seen a situation whereby stories about Africans and our brothers and sisters and people across the world are being told by all these mainstream medias across the world. The way they tell these stories the way that suits them. They tell these stories the way that benefits them. Let me tell you something very clear. The media is very, very important. And people who are making reports just like I am doing this right now, I am not doing this because I want you to know me, but I'm doing this to represent my continent, and I'm doing this to represent my country and to wake my people up, to let us know that we are being kicked around and used as a puppet for the rest of the world based on the ground that we don't really have any media that can attack all these news that we think that is not correct or incorrect or inappropriate to our person or our country or our land at large. Why? So because they keep doing these things endlessly and nobody else is bringing another version of the report of what actually happened or might have transpired, they get succeeded and the people believe what they tell them. Africa today, in this modern world, we do not have any single media operating outside of the African country, operating outside of the African continent. What do these people do? What these main medias are doing that are making them more valuable and all that is information, first-hand information of what is happening or what has happened, and they give the narrative, they give their own narration based on the information that has been provided to people that they employed. They recruit, even there are people that can probably just travel to Cambodia, for instance, on their own, but they have an interest in journalism or whatsoever. They make contacts to these people and they somehow employ them and they have a feedback, or they know individual journalists who are already in the country, in different countries across the world. They contact them and they obtain information from these people. A few years ago, that's 2016 to be exact, I had an issue in Phnom Penh that even Easter Blog Nigeria carried it. But the report that Easter Blog carried and spread all over Nigeria, a lot of people don't actually know that news was about me. But that report that was on blogs across Nigeria, it was the version of what was published in Cambodia in that year that they published in Nigeria. Nobody reached out to me, not even one single blog in Nigeria reached out to me to actually try to find out what the true version of the story was. And I was very, very disappointed. Though the journalist here is a friend of mine, Dan is a friend of mine who I don't know if he's still the CEO, who was the founder of the company. I don't know if he's still there. He reached out to me that, dude, I know you. This issue, what is going on? I think you should go and resolve it. Until when things got a little bit physical and he decided to like, okay, look, you've got physical about it and I can't hold it back anymore. He did the publication and I understood his ground and I respected that. But no single blog in Nigeria reached out to me to actually trying to find out what was the true story or what was the true situation of things that happened between me and those people at that time. But my name and the publication was almost over. I can't even remember the number of blogs that carried it in 2016. Despite all my presence in social media, despite all my everything I'm doing that are there, not even one single blogger or a journalist from Nigeria that carried my story in 2016 were able to reach out to me. And it's such a shame. This makes me lost a lot of faith in journalism in Africa and Nigeria, to be exact. Now, somebody will say that in a Western country, they have people that invest in them, they have people that they have money and all that. Do we have people that are capable of investing in foreign journalism in Nigeria? Yes. Do we have Nigerians that are competent and dedicated that need a little or less training to be representative of Africa or of Nigeria in journalism abroad? Yes. Do we have the resources in the country? Yes. Do we have the environment and the capacity to do all that? Yes. But why are we not doing it? Because I think that we are not looking in this direction, and at the same time we are trying to not get into these things, because by so doing people will start investigating your source of income, because most of the big men that we have, especially politicians, are people who are looting money from the country, and because they don't want to be exposed to some obscenities that may come up into all these kind of things, they are hiding behind all manner of things as an excuse to not invest in all of these things. But let me remind you, there is no country that is free of all these kind of people or habits in the world. There is no one single country that can step up. We all know what is going on around the world. We all see what is going on in the Middle East. We all see what is going on in Africa. We'll see what is happening in Asia. We'll see what is happening in America or the rest of the world. It is about time AIT, China's television, NTA, and the other few ones, and also these rumor mongering and political slave journalism across Nigeria. It's about time we think together to put our media packages into the right perspective. One, for us to start narrating our stories, for us to start publishing the true version of our story, unbiased one. Because this is what I feel that is happening right now. The Chinese, so to say, they have presence in nearly every country across the world. And when you are reporting about them to your people, to your country, or your audience, or your network outreach, they are publishing their own stories and selling to their people the way they want it. In this world right now, the battle is not just about power, it's also about the media. I understand this is why Donald Trump constantly calls some media outlets fake, because they publish stories based on who is funding them. We have Nigerians who have enough money. At this moment, I don't want to say this is the source of your making your money. Nobody's interested in all these things. I want to call on our politicians. We know that you are a thief. We know that you are stealing money. We know that all those things you are doing. But why don't you think of investing in infrastructures, medias, and things like this that can actually stand in times of in a test of time in defending our land and our people? There are a lot of Africans, Nigerians that are in jail, in prison, in detention unjustly, and nobody is talking about them across the world. In Asia, there are just too many. There are just too many today. Because they don't know their legal right, their civil right and all that kind of a thing, and they don't have any proper representative, people feel like they can just do anything to them, and because nobody is coming to question them. Why all these things are going? Because one, we don't have embassies. Two, we don't have media representative. Which media in Africa today can come out to say, look, anywhere the name Africa is mentioned or anywhere our citizens are mentioned, things we will make sure that we get the true version of the story and publish to our people and the rest of the world to see. We do not have that. And this is what inspired me in 2009 to start Alaska Spice that is here to today. So I'm not there where I should be right now, but I'm trying to say that this is not a call for us to do all these battle or fights. No, this is not about that. It's about telling your own story just as it is. Just as it is. I was reading on the news recently about some people that were arrested for offenses and all that. The true story was not there. That was just a couple of days ago. The true story was not there. They just put it there the way that suits them and all that. It's going on all across the world. Today, when you mention the name Nigerian to anybody, people try to be like scared, stereotyping, and all kind of issues. Why? Because the media has painted us so bad that it looks like Nigerians are the worst human being on the planet Earth, which is not true. I'm not here to defend anything or any allegation or stereotyping thing that they have put upon us in the whole world, but I'm just trying to say that we Africans, it's about time we wake up and try to get our things right. We need to have a mainstream media that is operating at least from the West Africa, North Africa, South Africa, and some other part of like in the East Africa. We need to have one mainstream media that is reaching out to Africans across the world, that is telling us our true story, that is giving us our true sense of belonging, our true sense of existence, and telling our own story, telling the situations that are involving our brothers and sisters abroad to the rest of the world. Because all of these mainstream medias you see here, they are producing and projecting stories that suit their people and their system and their country. Don't think that one person will wake up one day and try to project you without payment or without you reaching out for them. And even when you have a true story, because they are all being bought over, most honest and true story that are happening or that has happened or that is still happening in our society today that are being sent to media outlets, they never get published. And I'm sure that you will agree with me on this one. Some years ago, there were Nigerians that were unjustly arrested in some countries across Asia. When the law enforcement agencies go to arrest people, you don't go there to go and steal. You don't go there to go and pack their belongings. You don't go there to go and do something. But I see these things happening across the world. When you arrest people, you arrest them for their offense. You don't arrest them and start packing and taking their things and picking them on, including even phone and necklace and just like jewelry, so to say. Picking their valuables, and later they go and confiscate them and sell them and put them to their own advantage. That is stealing arrest in my own context. So I think that I want to appeal to our government across Africa, and I want to appeal to any stakeholders, any private or individual or independent person that have interest in this area to please start thinking of how you can invest in media. Media is a very powerful thing. Even the Bible talks about it. The Bible talks about the media, that a time will come when the gospel will reach. And God is so interested in media. This is why in this era, God is trying to raise up media outlet, media platform that will be projecting the Christendom, that will be projecting the true Christian life to people. That's why you see different ministries having their own TV stations these days, because even the general TV station now, they are not ready to publish or to air the live program of all these churches. This is why you see churches are going to private televisions and all that, because the public ones, like all these ones, they are not free. And some are for religion differences and all that. They don't allow all these church programs and all that to come. It is not a new thing. It has been in existence, but we can't just stay silent and be thinking that one day a Messiah is going to fall from the sky. This mentality is what is killing us. We have been praying, we have been hardworking, we have been patient enough. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Nigerians believe that they can pray the president out of the position, which I agree. I don't dispute that. But without a physical action, without a physical reaction, without a move against this evil that is going on in Nigeria, that this government is doing on Nigerians, that I think in the history of the country, from all that I have gathered and I know in my head, that I've heard from other people and I've read and I've written, and I think this is the most horrible regime in the country, that a lot of lives have been lost. Killing has become so rapid in Nigeria today. Killing has become a daily thing in the life of Nigerians, that when we hear that people die tomorrow, it just sounds like a normal, unusual thing for us. Why? Because there are no honest media that can publish stories against the ruling government, because the ruling government is intimidating people and all that and all that. Anyway, this is not about APC or PDP, because I know for sure that I don't believe in any of the political parties, except that the youth one day will decide and wake up and say, look, enough is enough. We want this country back. All I'm here to remind us today that, look, it is about time we start packaging ourselves, especially in the media direction. Africa needs to wake up. We need to have, look at all these news agencies. They train people. When they train them, how much does it cost to train a journalist? What are the facilities needed? These days, you don't need too much. You just have a computer, you know the organigram, you know the system, you know how to work. They send you out. People will be there beside or behind or in front of you, guiding you on how to do. For a little period of time, you get used to it, then you start publishing your own story. I just want to give big thanks to people who invented social media, because some of these liberations we are seeing, Black Lives Matters and all these issues and all these kind of things that are coming up in our world today, is nothing because of the power of the social media. People are now allowed to use their phone to film and to record things and tell the world about the ordeal that they are going through. And this is why we are seeing the wave of change that is going on across the world. We need more of this in Africa. We need more of this in Nigeria, exactly. So, guys, I think we should invest more on the media. Let me focus a little bit before I go. I didn't intend to make this very long, okay? In Cambodia, I have seen our brothers that are playing football, because this is where I have interest, okay? Now, these same guys, when you tell them, look, you need something like this, you need something like this, you need something like this, package yourself and put it outside, they think like, okay, maybe you are hungry, you need money and all that. They play down everything. Even if you do a media publication for somebody to say, thank you, or to even make a reference or share it on their network or on their wall, is not. But when you see somebody who's just ridiculing them just because their face or their picture or their name is mentioned, they will share it, they will magnify it, they will make it look like it's big. Meanwhile, you are doing so much for them, but they are looking down on you. And this is the brainwash that is killing us all across Africa. We need to change the way we think. We need to start seeing that media is really relevant. And for people to know you need to show them the stuff that you are made of. Let me tell you, there are more poor people in our world today because people don't know what to come for you for. People don't know what you are good at. All these footballers and all these things, you see that with the help of social media, people will record themselves with the things they do. They put it on the internet. They promote it. They pay other media outlets and all that, all their friends. They ask them that they collaborate together and they send this out. And that's how people get to know them. Those who are interested in the kind of things that they do, they reach out to them. And before you know it, they make it, and that's what you call in your country blow. But when you are trying to do something like that with our brothers here or in around you, They play down on your vision, they play down on an idea, but the same thing you are telling them, people who will offer them 0.5% of what you are offering them, they will be running behind those people and all kind of things. It's about time. It's about time. I really feel like we need to wake up. We need to really wake up and understand that the media is really powerful, and we need to start paying a very close attention to media. Some years ago when I was home, I was doing my media work. My brother was telling me, oh, media, these are witchcrafting, these are things that the devil created to distract your mind. You don't need the media. I told my brother, you are far behind. You are running a ministry. This is not to downgrade my brother. I respect my brother to the core, but I'm just sharing my personal experience. I told my brother, you are far behind. You need to get up. You need to bridge the gap. You are in a ministry. You are an engineer, a qualified engineer. You have done major projects, including National Stadium in the past. Nobody know who you are. If people know who you are, I think very well that you will not be in the position where you are today. Today is running his ministry. I'm not surprised to see that my brother is promoting his ministry work on Facebook, and even 2 days ago, I saw that he just registered an Instagram account. We should stop using our mouth to condemn what we don't really know. If you don't know, I think you should try to seek more advice or guidelines on these things so that people can guide you through. Because in this world right now, you can see new reality that they are creating, artificial knowledge or whatsoever they call it, working from home. These are the future. These things that they are trying to create, these things and put them in your head that these are the future, that you can study from your house. You can do many things. So media is going to be even more powerful than what it is now, and it's about time we start investing in ourselves, especially in Africa, and so we can train people who will be outside in the Western world, who will be interested in the stories that are involving and concerning and regarding our brothers that are outside, that are being oppressed by the power of media. By the power of media, for the people who are just doing these things to benefit themselves and to make themselves look good. You organize event in a venue in Cambodia or somewhere, you will expect that the people will treat you 100%, but when it comes to monetary aspect of it, they tell you all manner of stories. They will create the environment, they will make it look like it's real, meanwhile they are scamming you. But when you go out, they will use the media to counter you, and you will be the one that everybody will be blaming. Guys, I don't come here to talk too much. I think I've spent a lot of time here. I just want to put these ideas into us, that I want to call on our presidents, our people around. Let us start taking media very seriously. No, take advantage of this media, because a time will come where things are going to be even more sophisticated and more expensive, that before we know it, just like the way they are offering us, Africans pay the highest amount of internet in the world today. Why? Nigerians are paying so much amount of money for the internet consumption, and the internet is still not available. I can tell you without, I don't like talking down on my country or my people, but the network or the internet providers in Nigerians are shit. They are not good at all. The Nigerians are paying for subscriptions. Can you imagine? You will pay for 1 month subscription for internet or even TV station subscription. Within 1 week is over, and they are asking you to pay again. There's so much money in the country. All these internet providers and all these people that are in that country, they are making a lot of money from Nigerians, but Nigerians do not know that these people are scamming them. Why? Because they are not exposed to the reality that is outside. And when you try to educate people that, look, this is not right, this is what I think it is wrong, this is what I think we should be doing, they think that you are trying to prove to them that you know more than them. It's about time we start thinking straight, and we start taking media very seriously, that we start investing in media. That I will be more than happy to be watching AIT, Channels TV, or all these, or even DRO TV, and all those kind of our local and home-based media outlet abroad. And we should make all these things available to us. That we will have bloggers that are telling real stories instead of all these promoting native doctors and all these stupid prostitution and immorality that they are promoting right now. I disagree with a lot of these things, and I'm not shy and I'm not afraid to speak against it. So my name is Harry, and guess what? It's Talk and Live, not